Hello children, welcome to science class. Children, today we will discuss about chapter 7, that is the water you drink. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss about water, the importance of water, the sources of water. Okay, so water is one of the most amazing substance on the earth. It makes life possible on this planet. We use water all the time. Every day we use it for drinking, cleaning, washing and bathing. Farms need water to produce crops. Factories need water to make many products. Water is used in power plants that make electricity. So we use water in our different activities. Okay. Then sources of water means we get water from where? Rainwater, oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, ponds and springs are natural sources of water. So sources means two types, natural sources and man-made sources. So the sources which comes from nature, they are known as natural sources, and man-made sources are dams, wells, tube wells, hand pumps, canals, etc. Children, you remember rainwater is the purest form of water. And nearly 70% of the earth is covered with water. Means only 30% of the earth is land. Rainwater collects on the earth in the form of surface water and underground water. Water present on the surface of the earth in the form of oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds and streams is called surface water. Some of the rainwater seeps through the soil into the rocks below. This is underground water. So the water which we get on the surface of the earth, they are known as surface water. And the water we get from below the earth, we say that underground water. And this water comes out in the form of springs. It can be got by digging wells and sinking tube wells. Then impurities in water. In nature, all water contains some impurities. Rainwater is said to be the purest form of water, but it becomes contaminated. Contaminated means, children, mix. As it falls through air that is filled with disease germs, dust, smoke and chemicals. After it reaches the earth, it becomes contaminated further with mud, small stones, dead and decaying plant and animal matter, minerals and salts. In addition to these, household waste and industrial and agricultural waste are dumped into the water sources. All these impurities, both soluble and insoluble, find their way into the water we use. The impurities have to be removed to make it fit for our use. Let us see what are the forms. Removing insoluble impurities in water. There are two types are there, sedimentation and decantation and filtration. So first of all we see sedimentation and decantation. Take some muddy water in a glass. Keep glass undisturbed for 10 minutes. Means don't shake the glass, just keep it only 10 minutes. Then what we see? We see that the insoluble mud particles settle down at the bottom of the glass, leaving clear water at the top. Like this we observe. Okay. Then this process is called sedimentation. Okay. So what is sedimentation? A process which allows insoluble materials in water settle at the bottom is known as sedimentation. Then what is decantation? Then you see, carefully pour out the clear water into another glass, and this process is known as decantation. So clear sedimentation and decantation. Children, you remember 97.2% of water on the earth is salt water and only 2.8% is fresh water and useful for drinking. So we should not destroy the water. Then filtration. Take a glass of muddy water, fold a filter paper into a cone and place it in a funnel. Place a container below the funnel. Now pour the muddy water into the container through the funnel. We will see that the mud particles remain in the filter paper because they cannot pass through it, and we get clean water in the container. So this process of removing impurities is called filtration. Okay. Now we see removing soluble impurities. Soluble impurities like minerals and salts can be removed by two methods: evaporation and distillation. Evaporation already you know, children. Take some water to which some salt or sugar has been added. Pour this solution into a dish and heat it. We will see that all the water in the solution turns to steam. This is called evaporation. Then hold a plate over the dish. The steam condenses to form water droplets, and this is known as condensation. So what is evaporation? Change of liquid into the gaseous state is known as evaporation, and condensation, change of gaseous state into liquid state, is known as condensation. The water droplets we get is pure water, free from all impurities. The salt or sugar is left behind in the dish, and this process of evaporation followed by condensation to remove soluble impurities is called distillation. Okay. The impure water is taken in a flask and heated till it starts boiling. The water evaporates and the impurities remain behind. The steam enters another flask called the condenser, cools and turns into water, and this water is called distilled water. It is pure water. So in this way we distill the impure water in the science laboratories. Then safe water. Drinking impure water can cause many waterborne diseases like dysentery, typhoid and cholera. Bathing in unclean water can cause skin infections. So the water we get in our taps is treated to make it safe for use. So step by step we see. First, sedimentation. First, water is allowed to stand in large sedimentation tank. Okay. The last insoluble impurities settle down at the bottom. Here you see, this is sedimentation tank. Okay. Then next process is filtration. In the next stage, the water goes into a filtration tank. Here it is filtered through sand beds to remove small insoluble particles. Then third one is chlorination. Chlorine is added to the water to kill disease germs. The clean water is stored in big tanks and supplied through pipes to all the people. But some impurities can still be present in tap water. We can make it safe for drinking by boiling or by filtering it in water filters. So children, we should boil the water, boil our drinking water, and we should always use filters for drinking water. Okay. So this is the chapter of water. You learn these keywords. Okay. Again you read this chapter and should you remember what is sedimentation, what is decantation, okay, what are the sources of man-made and natural, and what is evaporation, filtration, you remember. Okay, thank you.